Okay, thank you all for joining in yet another DoubleCloud webinar. And this time it's going to be more technical around ClickHouse and some topics around hybrid storage and data insertion. So stay tuned. And we also have some interesting demos from Gregory. Yeah, let's look forward to it. So quick introduction about ourselves. Myself, Deepan Ignatius. I'm working as a senior product manager here in DoubleCloud, responsible for the product features and also feature requests from customers, and also making sure the product roadmap is also well made. Gregory, yourself.
Hello, I'm Grigory Permakov. I am senior software developer at DoubleCloud, working on the ClickHouse cloud platform. I have a big experience building cloud solutions for ClickHouse for several years, and one of the initial developers of the cloud storage feature inside ClickHouse.
Thanks, Gregory. And our next introduction is about DoubleCloud. So DoubleCloud is a platform which helps you to build a data analytical infrastructure. We built it on proven open source technology. So it can be just pick the technologies what you want and you can build it on a complete data stack. We have a separate slide to talk about it in the coming slides, but yeah, let's proceed. Okay, what is DoubleCloud? So if you happen to work with data systems, analytical processing solutions, you may have come across ClickHouse. So what it is? So it's a popular open source analytical data management system, and it's known for its tremendous performance. Like high performance is the key. Like ClickHouse is specifically designed for high performance analytics. It utilizes columnar storage and has a great data compression techniques, which allows for efficient storage and processing of large volume of data. ClickHouse also can handle billions of rows and perform complex analytical queries with fast response times. And speaking of scalability, ClickHouse is also built to scale horizontally, meaning it can add more servers to handle the increased workloads and also data volume. It supports distributed query execution and also data replications, allowing you to distribute your data across multiple nodes. In terms of real-time analytics, ClickHouse is known for it. Like the combination of especially around Kafka plus ClickHouse, it's very well known for it. It's suitable for applications that require rapid insights. Let's say you wanted to connect the data stream that's flowing in Kafka to ClickHouse and build some dashboards on top of it, or you want to take some business actions on top of it. So it's quite possible to stream all these data sets into ClickHouse in real-time way. Obviously, yeah, SQL also supports SQL. ClickHouse also supports SQL syntax, making it easier for SQL savvy developers to write some complex analytical queries. It's again cost efficient. The reason is it's open source and free to use, and there's also significant advantage around the licensing cost associated with it's not any proprietary analytical database where there's vendor lock-in and other things. So it's the reason is it's open source and the community is also active, and there's a community is growing for ClickHouse, and there's a lot of discussions around the forums and online resources. So we talked about what it is, but you can now actually see in this number how fast is it when it's compared with other data stores. It has capabilities of processing millions and billions of rows in a couple of seconds. It's really crazy fast. For more information on comparison of ClickHouse with other data stores, you can look at their open source website to just see their comparison. So why do we switch to ClickHouse? So as I mentioned, ClickHouse is impressive for its query performance and ability to handle large data sets, right? And also the second point is also open source license. So there's no vendor lock-in, and even with DoubleCloud managed ClickHouse, we don't lock you in a specific proprietary technology of ClickHouse. We still use an open source flavor of ClickHouse and provide it as managed services. And also it utilizes less computation resources because of its heavy compression and features like skipping indexes. The materialized view is also another thing. The most powerful feature of materialized view is that the data is updated automatically in the target table and when it's inserted into source. So we don't need to do some additional refresh in the data sets or materialized view. So these are more about in general about ClickHouse. I think let's jump in more detail about specific nitty-gritty features on ClickHouse on hybrid storage. Let's hear it from Gregory.
Thank you, Deepan. First of all, let's clarify what we mean under the hybrid storage. It's a combination of local disk and the cloud storage or object storage. It's the way to achieve benefits both of the SSD and the network object storage. Using ClickHouse storage policies designed to store single table on the several disks based on the rules, like TTL or amount of data on disk or manually. It helps us keep the read and write speed same as with traditional approach, but also store cold data with acceptable performance and in indefinite storage.
Thanks, Gregory. But can you also tell me, like, when can you actually use hybrid storage in with specific use cases?
Yeah, here are some signals when you should consider hybrid storage. If you have a big amount of data that won't be changed, could be stored entirely in cloud storage and give good performance with a local cache. Also, hybrid storage allows to write data on the local disk, retaining the same insertion speed as for traditional approach. So this allows real-time events writing. If your data set grows too fast or unpredictably, hybrid storage could help you avoid write downtime due to lack of the disk space. So this increases stability on the data amount spikes and helps you work with your cluster without problems. And another case, if the sharding in your cluster is not desirable for some reasons, like it's not obvious how to choose a sharding key or impossible to predict how many shards you need and you don't want to reshard often, so you can consider hybrid storage to store data more than the local disks allows, and keep everything in single shards and make exploitation of your cluster a bit easier.
Thanks, Gregory. I think you also have some technical informations around like how to use it, right? So if you can share some insights around it, that would be useful for our audience.
Yeah, it's really easy to enable hybrid storage. For the single table, just set the appropriate settings with a shared policy, storage policy equal to hybrid storage, or alter your table. And that's all. Hybrid storage already works. Also, okay, it could be useful to move partitions by manually, because, for example, when you migrate into hybrid storage, or again, data spikes, or it could help you free some disk space for to avoid incidents. Yeah. And here are also some tips how to use it and what we should think about during usage of cloud storage. So we need to think about merges, because merges in cloud storage works much slower. ClickHouse needs to download all the parts to the local from the remote storage and merge them and upload again. This process could be slow and affect performance of the whole cluster. So it's better to configure your data the way to merge as much as possible on the local disk and only then upload that into the cloud.
So is that also a configuration that we can easily set it?
Yeah, we could look on that in the example.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Right now we can just finish.
Yeah.
I tried to use all the tips in the next example. So
Perfect. Thanks. Good. Yeah. Please proceed.
Yeah. Also, the best way to control merges on the local disk is to set a well-matched TTL for disk and partition by expressions. So if you know which data should be when you control which data should be merged, you can understand when the data could be uploaded. Yeah. Then the mutations. It's always a slow operation in ClickHouse, so it's better to do it on the local disks and only then upload to the cold storage. And if you need to clean up your data set by TTL, it's better to use TTL only drop paths setting, because it makes data deletion much faster. and also saves you some resources. Yeah, Dipan, let's look on the example.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's a sample schema for real-time log-like events. We can see here all previous tips. So let's look a bit closer. We partition data by hours and upload them after 2 hours of the insertion. So till the all the data from the hour n till the end of the hour n+1 should be already merged, and likely all the data already should be inserted because that's a real-time event and that hour already ended. So after 2 hours, likely we already merged everything we want and we can upload it to cloud. And then after some time, here's five hours, we can delete them by whole hour part. So ClickHouse won't spend much resources, just a few requests for the S3 or the GCP cloud storage. Yeah, we can look at a small demo how it works on the real cluster.
Awesome. Can you share your screen?
Wait a sec. Yeah, I pre-created small DoubleCloud ClickHouse cluster. Let's use that. Let's just create the same table as on the slide. I just added on cluster clause to avoid replicated merge tree arguments. Then we can ingest some sample data from the ClickHouse text log. And here I call optimize table just to see the final state. This query is strongly recommended in production because it can cause huge load, and even some insert could fail. So don't use it if you're a newcomer to ClickHouse. And okay, so let's look how ClickHouse organize data with such schema. We can see the current hour where events still writing, and it's stored in the local disk. Then the previous hour have some time to merge all the parts still on the local disk, and most of the data for the next 3 hours stored already in the cloud storage. Yeah, so hybrid storage is easy to use. You just need to design your schema carefully and think about partition and TTL to move that data next.
Thanks, Gregory.
Okay, let's continue with.
I think the next topic,
Yeah.
zero copy replication.
Yeah. Give me a second. Talking about cloud storage, we should mention zero copy replication because this feature gives alternative replication protocol for the replicated tables. It allows to store only one copy of every block file for all replicas. It makes replication process much faster because hosts don't need to pull data from another node, just copy metadata for object storage. What it gives us, replication process would converge faster and replica queries would return the same results. It also helps us save some space, likely in replica count times, usually three times. And we also can very fast add new replicas. They would bootstrap in just maybe a few minutes, depends on your data set. So if you need more computation resources, you can just add new host and start querying data from that.
And I remember like we are also internally working on it to make it more nicer and more smoother, right? This particular feature.
Yeah, right now, this feature has some could be a bit unstable on data mutations, for example. There were some known issues. We are working on fixing them, and
Yeah.
we are using that in production for several years, and a lot of users are quite happy with that. This feature could be a good substitution for proprietary shared merge tree, because it's fully open source and doesn't require vendor lock-in for you.
Got it. I think speaking of the data, is how we are inserting into ClickHouse. Also, so maybe I would like to hear more insights about from you, like how this kind of data insertion is handled.
Yes. This topic is connected with hybrid storage because if insertion causes too much parts that couldn't be merged efficiently, these small parts could be uploaded to the hybrid storage, object storage, as a small parts and require merges there. That's what I mentioned before. That's a bad sign. So people familiar with ClickHouse know that insertion of small batches could lead to low performance and even insertion errors. This is because simple insert in ClickHouse waits until this creates new part, and this part would be flashed on the disk, and only then ClickHouse sends OK result. Yeah. So small batches would create a lot of parts. ClickHouse could be unable to merge so much in a short time, and it has internal restriction how many parts could held one table. So and in one time you'd get an errors like too many parts, and with the cloud storage it would be much faster because merges in cloud storage performed slower. There are several approaches how to deal with it. You can use Kafka, buffered tables, but we'll look at the simplest solution that could be also enabled by one query. It's the async inserts. It could be enabled just with one setting for the user or in the session parameter. So just one alter user setting async insert equal 1 would do the job. However, simple async insert have some disadvantages. For example, by default, built-in ClickHouse deduplication doesn't work with async inserts. So clients should be careful with retry strategies or think about deduplication after ingestion. The second problem that you can't be sure if the data really saved, because async inserts writes that in the memory buffer and then flashed some time. So if the host will be killed by OM or crashed, some data could be lost. That's why wait for async insert setting exists. It could help with such problems because you are waiting until the batch will be fulfilled and merged on the disk. And flashed to the disk. Yeah, I have a small demo with comparison how it works. I think it should show it, share it. Yeah, I built a small application that fires a lot of parallel queries to the ClickHouse, trying to insert some data using different users. So that's just a user with enabled async insert. It should work quite fast. Inserted 40K rows. So some rows are still not flushed to the disk, so we don't see them. Probably they're already. And it produced just a few parts. If we wait for the flush into the disk, it would consume much more time. And probably we'll see a bit more parts, but we will see all the data written on the disk just after the insertions. And yeah, it could consume more time, probably five times longer than the previous. So maybe is there questions already?
Yeah, there's an question or error that's posted by Andraj related to zero copy replication. Projections are not supported when zero copy replication is enabled for table. Currently, disk S3 supports zero copy replication. I think I just posted an error code 48. That's it. Do you have any more additional questions to that, Andraj? Or
I think wait a second. Yeah, data is written and we can see all the rows done. So let's compare it with the regular inserts, and we already can see a lot of too many parts errors just after the few first inserts. So we should expect that all that inserts should be retried, or it's already lost data in some based on your scenarios. Let me remember. Yeah, about the question, I'm not.
I see another question as well. We have tried ClickHouse configured with hybrid storage as a backend to post hoc analytical application which streams data to Kafka, and ClickHouse access the data using Kafka table engine. So when they try this approach, they get looks like they're having this specific error.
Yeah, but the problem looks like more connected with the projections. I'm not really sure for the projections support in the zero copy. There's now some work on the refactoring of its behavior. So maybe some features delayed using this delayed implementation for zero copy replication because it's need to be refactored.
Maybe we can please reach out to us, Panraj. Maybe we can see how we can actually help you fix that. So
Yeah.
please you can reach out to us and we can set up a call to just discuss on that specific use case or an issue that what you're facing.
Yeah, and by the way, last run is finished. So we can see it produced way more paths, lots of errors, but it deduplicated some data. So everyone should choose their solution. And Zoom.
Okay, let me share my screen.
Yeah. Chat.
Yeah, perfect. Thanks, Gary, for the nice demo that we had on hybrid storage and also on like data insertion, best practices, and some guidance. I hope it was really useful for our audience actually. And I think we can little bit touch base on what DoubleCloud is actually. So within DoubleCloud, we do not only offer like managed ClickHouse service, we also have other services like managed Kafka, and also we have recently added managed Airflow in our preview. So what it does is like all these blocks are actually well tightly integrated. So it's like one single platform. It's built on all this proven open source technologies. You can actually use it right from the data ingestion until the visualization. So we have every component that's and you need it for this complete flow, right from ingestion until the visualization. So we also have a transfer service, so which you can just use it like for a ETL, ELT use case where you wanted to move data from uh, S3 or ClickHouse or any from Kafka to ClickHouse. So all these scenarios are actually well covered actually. So you not do anything, everything is tightly integrated. So that's the beauty of DoubleCloud. So yeah, I just wanted to quickly touch base on what DoubleCloud platform is. So meanwhile, if you have any questions, please feel free to paste it in the chat. And we also pasted some couple of links for you in the chat, so which is useful for you to get more details on S3 hybrid storage. And you can also reach out to us or via Slack, or you can also contact us through LinkedIn, or you can contact us form if you have any specific use case.
Yeah.
Yes, this session will be recorded. I hope. I think it is being recorded, so we'll be
I see
sharing.
there's a new question in the chat. Does DoubleCloud supports adding new shards without need to rebalance the data? DoubleCloud allows you to create new shards, but ClickHouse wouldn't rebalance data itself. So if you store data on the local disks, yes, you need to we can't rebalance it for you right now. If you use cloud storage, you still can just reuse parts from there.
I hope that answers your question, Pankaj. Let's see if there's any more questions.
So no automatic rebalance, but so any more questions regarding usage of hybrid storage, or maybe overall DoubleCloud?
I will be happy to get in touch with you if I have any specific use cases around ClickHouse, or if you are facing some issues, you'll definitely able to get in touch with this form or also in the website double.cloud, and we'll be happy to help you. So once again, thank you all for joining, and have a great day ahead. Thanks for joining. Thanks, Gregory.
Yeah, thank you, Dipan.
Bye-bye.